Hey guys, it is Friday night here in the Philippines, so it is time for us to do our weekend showcase video. And I've been going all week. I kind of made up for it last weekend by doing a few extra videos because we had that appointment for Ethan at the U.S. Embassy to get his CRBA and then get his U.S. passport. Everything went okay, so he will be receiving his U.S. passport and birth certificate, so that was great news for us. So now we're back on track to our regularly scheduled program. So with this showcase video this weekend, this is featuring all of the Auto World Jeep Wranglers released so far, including all the Mijo exclusives, and even including 3/4 of the Ultra Red Chase vehicles, all the way to date. It is because the reason I say this, because there are two that are due to come out very soon in the new retail release. And I just became aware of these actually about a week ago. Because when I unboxed a couple of Mijos the other week, I didn't even know about these ones, so I didn't even mention it. I thought I was going to be caught up for a while, but not really. There are two coming up. There's a yellow one, and there is a black one. I think it's yellow one and a black one, but what's different about these two than the rest that I'm going to show you today is that they have aftermarket mutter style off-road tires and different like stilly looking wheels on them. Almost look like a Chevy Rally wheel, the steel rim. Almost like they're reusing like one of the square body steel rims with a big mutter style tire. Almost like the lifted K10s that they have. It's almost like the same wheel and tire combo, but the wheels are black with like a chrome trim ring and the big mud style tires. Look really good on this Jeep, actually. I don't know if it's a different chassis or not to clear the fender flares. I don't think so, but it could be. So we'll find that out too whenever I get them, if I can get them when they're released. Hopefully I can, because as I was mentioning in the comments on Diecast Noob's video, he just did an unboxing video, which is really good, one that showed you all the aspects of one of the Mijo releases. And I was mentioning to him, I kind of like accidentally started collecting these. I didn't even really mean to collect them, but it just came to be like they were the most accessible casting here, and I ended up getting them as they were released. And then after I got so many, I just then tried to get all of them. So since we're on that, we'll go ahead and focus on these guys. The two you see in front of you are the first two releases ever, A and B, from back in, I think it was late 2019 when we first seen these guys appear. So this is the one that has Rubicon on the hood. These are the only retail releases that say Rubicon on the hood. So you had your black, which is this guy here. And as you can see, they do a great job with all the little details of the emblems. The wheels are perfect. White letter tires. Some people complain that the tires may be a hair too narrow, which I may agree slightly. But on the green lights, they seem to be a hair bit too wide. So, like, thinking about it though and looking at these, actually these are pretty close to like what a factory one looks like. If you're looking at it like underneath, like when I worked at the Chrysler Jeep Dodge dealership, whenever these things were on the rack, I would say that's pretty close. They could have been slightly wider, but they're really not that off, to be honest with you. So very nicely done truck. And as you can see, like the glass is kind of smoked on these, because I want to point that out on one of the Mijo exclusives that I may have mentioned in the unboxing of it, that it's the only variant with clear windows. So very nicely done. I can't remember this is release A or B, but it was one of the first ones. And then its counterpart is the Chief Blue, which is kind of like a petty blue, which is really nice. This one's kind of cooler because it highlights all of the decals and stuff. Although, like the black one, they do all the decals in silver, so it doesn't kind of get lost into the paint. Casting I really like because it has the mirrors made into the casting, and they all have the opening hood with the highly detailed engine with the V6 Jeep intake nicely done. Radiator hoses, everything is there under the hood. So they do a fantastic job. And the hoods are nice and stiff. They line up good. The gaps look perfect. So Auto World pretty much nailed it with these, in my opinion. In my opinion, it's the best Jeep Wrangler on the market. And that's my just own opinion. Some may disagree and say green light is better. I don't think so, but hey, each is their own. So, moving along to the second pair. This was the second pair. The red and silver one. Now they had, and I can't remember all the different names. I should have brought out one of the packages, but there's like the Sport, and then there's the Rubicon, and then a couple of other ones. So I'm not very much into like what the different trim packages were, but I can't recall. But there were, I think, 3 different trim packages that they were offering up. So the differences are, as you can see on this one. We'll bring him into the spotlight first because the red is a little more transparent. As you can see, like I think it's maybe even the Sahara or something. Yeah, Sahara, as you can see on the front fender tag. So you can see that it has different emblems, obviously, the Sahara. And then it also has color-coordinated bumpers. The inserts in the bumper are painted. And another unique thing about these Auto World castings, none of them have a plate. And another person I'm going to do a shout out to is Mark Halvey. He is one that pointed out, I actually pointed out the customized vanity plate on a couple of the last Mijos, and he even mentioned that is the first time plates have appeared on these, and he was right. So I didn't even realize that. I mean, I knew that they never had the plate, and I knew those did, but I didn't put 2 and 2 together, and he did. He brought that to my attention, so thank you for that, Mark. I wanted to point that out to everyone, that none of these castings have plates except for the latest 2 Mijos. And once again, you can see smoked glass. Same wheels and tires. Then you have the silver Sahara. And then the next ones we're going to be looking at are the Sports. And this one, the Sahara emblem, you barely can see on top of this metal flake silver. This silver is really sweet looking too. Like this color. And as you can see, color coordinated bumpers, no plate. Nice detail on the tail lights. Although all the lights in the Auto Worlds are painted for the most part. But on this guy, it's really nice actually. I mean, I don't think acrylic lights would have made it any better. So pretty cool. Nice chassis detail. Don't know if I pointed that out on the other 2 or the other 3. So that is your second pair. Third pair is these 2 here. And this is where things start changing slightly. Now this is, we'll bring the white out since it has a little more of a transparent emblems on top of the white. Let it focus in here, hopefully. Yeah, and I think that is Sport, something like that. But anyways, as you can see, the emblems change, okay? So that's pretty much it. And now this goes back to like the black centered bumpers. And once again, no plate. Then pretty much that's it, is the emblems. That's the only difference in the different models. Like no other trim differences. And this, once again, has the same wheels as the others. For the most part, I guess. They may be slightly different with the colors on the wheels. Like this one's more of a darker graphite. This is a lighter silver. It just may be the way the paint was mixed. So, same wheel though. Now, the next one, they call this purple, which it looks more blue to me, but in some lighting, I guess you could say it could be a purple. Now, as you can see, same wheels, just all black with no detail paint. Same center cap, same slots, everything. So then bringing it to the attention of these other ones, we'll pull out the red one. and look at its wheels. Same wheel, just not painted. And in pre-production pictures, the car or the Jeep did have the trim painted on the wheels, but after it made it to production, they did not paint the trim. This is the only one with this style wheel on it. To the point where I would actually get a donor and not maybe even base swap it, but maybe just swap the wheels and tires around so it has the silver and graphite style wheels. I don't know, I'm not big into these like blacked out matte black because it looks like a work vehicle, like the base cheap model, which it may be what it was made to represent. I'm not sure. But pretty cool looking, and it is different from the rest. But once again, as you can see, smoked glass. Wanted to point that out. And no plate. No plate. And smoked glass. And the only difference on these compared to the others are the emblems on the front fender. So, that's that for the third release. The fourth release is kind of an all-new look, but another, like, repeat, or not another, but a repeat of the first color of the Chief Blue. That is this guy here. They do a white hardtop on these instead of the black hardtop. And it has a white pinstripe on it, to the point that white pinstripe, like in some angles, makes the color look even lighter in some aspects. But it's really not. It's the same. And then you have same wheels, everything like that, just different emblems, and like I said, different color hardtop. Now these ones have silver centered bumpers, not color coordinated, but silver. Once again though, smoked glass, no plate. So pretty cool. Then here is another release of that series. This is A or B or whatever it was, and this is the counterpart. This is like a khaki beige color with the white top, which looks decent. But actually, I would have preferred like white with white hardtop. It would have looked much better in my opinion, because this is like such a light beige that it looks like just like a dirty white, so it kind of looks strange. Like almost like the white paint yellowed a little bit. Like if this diecast was like 10 or 20 years old, I would almost assume that the paint was yellowing, and that was not beige. So that's why I would have just preferred it all being bright white. But anyways, once again, you have your silver-centered bumpers, your no plates, and your blacked out windows. So, let's line these guys up here a little bit, and then we'll bring out the Mijo exclusives. So, 2, 4, 6, 8. These are your 8 retail releases to date. Now, as I said, the other 2 coming up with the big Mutter style tires on it and the steely type wheels, those are going to be retail released. Now, I'm going to bring out your retail Ultra Reds now, and we'll move on to the Mijos. So, for your first Ultra Red, it is this guy here. He was Ultra Red paint, Ultra Red base, white interior, and as you can see, it has the Rubicon on the side of the hood. A little hard to see because of that dark Ultra Red paint, but it is there. Just a little bit hard to see it. And let me make sure on that. Yeah, that is the Rubicon, because it's really hard to see sometimes, but it is there. Very vague, though. Anyways, that is your first Ultra Red. This is the second Ultra Red from the silver and red ones. This is the Sahara Ultra Red. And it actually has an imperfection on the hood, which was unfortunate, but hey, what can you do? But it has the Ultra Red paint, stock interior, though, and white base. So it only had 2 features, whereas this one had 3. White interior, Ultra Red paint, Ultra Red base. This one maintained the stock black interior, but has Ultra Red paint and white base. Then the third release of the Ultra Reds. That would be this guy here, and it was my first ever white tire Ultra Red. And I dig these. I know some people don't, but I do like the colored tires for some weird reason. I know it does look fake and it does look ridiculous, but they're very attractive to me for some reason. But anyways, this guy has 3 Ultra Red features. White interior, Ultra Red paint, and white tires. Even the spare is white. Pretty cool. So that is your third release. Now, the fourth release, unfortunately, I did not get. I still have to get my hands on that one. It is the one with the white top. And it also has white tires and ultra red paint. Not sure about interior. Not sure about the base. Then the Mijos. The first Mijo is this gray one here, which we unboxed a while back with some other ones. So this is one of the first times it appears with no white letters. And that was another thing about this purple one that I wanted to point out. It had no white letters on the tires. That was the first time you ever got one of these without white letters. Even its counterpart, the white one, had white letters. So it is very strange. No trim on the wheels and no white letters. So this one has the trim on the wheels but no white letters, and it is the first time ever for color matched flares where it's matched to the color body color. First ever with a roof rack and color matched roof too. So all the trim, like blacked out stuff that is usually, well, blacked out, is now color matched to body color. This like battleship gray, I guess I would call it. First time ever for the roof rack. It also has the center, color centered bumpers. Once again, though, no plate. Does have tinted windows as all the others. So I got a couple of cool features, new features here. A roof rack, which I really dig. And then the color matched roof and flares. Then we had the latest 2 Mijo releases. The first one I'll bring out is just like the gray one. It has the roof rack, but it has, once again, you have the white letter tires reappearing, and it does have blacked flares, blacked out roof, and such. So pretty cool. Black centered bumpers, just like the first Rubicon. So basically it's like a yellow variant of these 2 guys with a roof rack. I really dig this one. Actually, this is probably one of my favorite releases to date, actually. Just like that bright yellow, because it gives me like that nostalgic feeling of Mopar, the high impact colors. Although the Chief Blue does that too. But it just looks really good. I don't know, the yellow against the black, the roof rack and everything looks really good. That's why I'm kind of stoked about the one with the mud tires on it, because I think it's yellow too. So it looks really good, and it comes with a roof rack too. Then the last Mijo exclusive is another Rubicon. And it's pretty much spot on to the first 2 releases, except it is done in a matte pink finish, or semi-gloss pink finish. So it looks pretty good in pink, though. And then one thing I wanted to point out with this one, it's the first time it had clear windows. As you can see, they're pretty transparent, like looking through at the other cars. Now, these guys, they're smoked. You can barely see anything from that one, and even these Mijos here, you really can't see much. The glass is smoked dark. So this is the first time ever that you have clear windows. And then this yellow one and the pink one, as Mark Halvey said, this is the first time they had plates. California plate, MJ exclusive. Pretty cool. So good eye, Mark. And I know I pointed that out, but I just never put 2 and 2 together, because I always pointed out, why don't these have plates? They don't have plates, and so forth. But yeah, you caught that, so pretty cool. Then I'm not sure what the next 2 will have. They're retail releases. Not sure if they're going to have plates or not. I would say they should by now. I mean, in my opinion anyways. So I do have one of the Mijo Ultra Reds too, and it is of the gray one. I was going to pick up the yellow one and the pink one. They're available here, but the price, they're $30 each. I'm not buying them yet. The Yellow one is almost identical to this, except it has a black roof and black flares. So this is cool though because it's all ultra red. It has an ultra red interior. It has an ultra red base. It has red tires. So this thing is like bloody red. I don't know what else to call it, but you have red paint, red interior, red tires, red base. So you have four ultra red features on this thing, and it doesn't even have any of the black like trim. It is all red, 100% red. All the bumper is red. Doesn't have any of the black on the bumpers like these guys do. It is 100% ultra red. So this one I found very unique. And well, actually the front bumper is black with a silver center. That's kind of odd because all the ones like with painted centers, which is only one that I have here at my disposal. I don't know about the white roof one if they would have it, but it has the ultra red bumper like the center. And then this basically has the ultra red insert, but this one has an all ultra red rear bumper, so that is kind of odd. Just kind of noticed that just the center on the one is ultra red, but this one has ultra red full bumper, but on the front it doesn't even have the ultra red center. It has the gray center. I guess maybe to give it some kind of connection to the gray paint or something. I'm not sure. Maybe that's why they left it black with a gray center. I would have painted it all red, though, since they went all out with everything else in red. So, pretty cool. So, I have a white tire Jeep, a red tire Jeep, and then just a couple of, like, ones that could pass as stock Jeeps. So then our two special guests. One you just seen recently. These guys are from Hot Wheels. So for the devoted Auto World guys, this probably is not going to be for you. But I had to bring this guy back out because I absolutely love this Trackhawk. Very, very cool vehicle. I wish it would have got some more camera time in F9. I just watched that movie this past week. This vehicle you only see at the very beginning, and that's pretty much it. So, but at least they made a die cast of it. Very happy to see that. Hope Hot Wheels markets on this casting and brings it back in a lot of other series because I do love this thing. Looks killer. Nice detail with the tail light tampos, the emblems, headlight tampos, the grill. Everything is nicely done. Chassis is lacking detail, but hey, who cares? The rest of the vehicle looks great. Nice detail in the interior, too. At least what we can see. And molded in mirrors into the castings. That's another cool selling point. Now, bringing back a classic from the original, I think it's Boulevard. Yeah, Boulevard series back in 2012 is the Wagoneer. Jeep Grand Cherokee Wagoneer. This is really cool, the off-road. I had a couple other one other variant of this, the blue off-road series one, but I don't know what happened to it. I may have sold it or traded it. Love this one though because it looks bone stock with a lift kit and big mud tires on it. So slightly detailed grille with the fog light covers, detailed tail lights, which is good that they did that. Metal, has the cage, so it's built to perform. So it's not made to represent the stock Wagoneer. But yeah, this is really cool. 1988 Jeep Wagoneer. So really cool casting. Really dig this one. So that is every one of my Jeeps that I have in my collection to date. The Auto Worlds will always stay with me, so will these two Hot Wheels. The other ones that I've showed you guys through unboxings, like a lot of the green light stuff. I used to have some Jeep Renegades and some raw Jeep Renegades and stuff. I sold them, traded them off. I just wasn't a big fan of the older, like, casting. And then the newer Jeep stuff, the ones that I had from Green Light, just were not the ones that I wanted. They were like USPS, Border Patrol. I would like to just get some bone stock Rubicons with the removable roof. I'd like to find one of them and do like a comparison between Auto World and Greenlight, so we can look at the pros and cons of both. And look at the like tire size on the Greenlight comparing to the Auto World. So maybe one day I can pick up a Greenlight either here or once I get back to the States, because I plan to keep my channel going for a very long time. So just because I'm going back to the States doesn't mean that we're going to be putting our channel on the back burner. It will still take precedence, and we will still make a lot of videos. So guys, I appreciate you watching, and we will be back midweek, maybe early next week, with some mini GT stuff. Not really brand new stuff. I have a couple of options. I don't know if the stuff will get here, but I have the ultra rare ducktail variants of all three cars coming, so maybe we'll unbox them if I have them in my hands, or if not, I have some older release stuff too. So there are GTRs also. So we'll take a look at them. Have some really, really rare exclusive stuff coming up for Mini GT. Couple are new releases, couple are old releases. So we'll take a look at them in the coming weeks. And so next week will be a Mini GT week again. Not sure what we're going to be showcasing on the weekend. Maybe it will be something to do with Hot Wheels Chargers. I was thinking about doing that this weekend, but I forgot I told you guys I would do the Jeep. So maybe next week we'll take a look at Hot Wheels 2nd Gen Charger, the 68 to 70 castings. But midweek will be a Mini GT unboxing. So be sure to tune back in for that. I left an icon here on the left for an Auto World unboxing video. I left an icon here on the right for you to subscribe if you have not done so yet. Remember to do that. Turn on your notification bell so you know when I release new videos. And then please give me a thumbs up and please share the video. Have a great weekend, guys. I will see you come early next week. Thanks for watching.